Earlier, we shared a story indicating that the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, was going to limit the number of ballot drop-off places to 1 place per county, which will make it difficult for people to submit their ballots. Now it turns out that Ohio tried to do the same thing, but a federal judge has intervened, which shows that what both Ohio tried to do and what Texas is currently doing is considered an undue burden when it comes to people who want to submit their ballots. So the Secretary of State in Ohio wanted to make it more difficult for people to vote by mail by limiting these ballot drop-off boxes to local election offices. But a federal judge did block the rule. At issue was an order earlier this week from Republican Secretary of State, of course, Republican Secretary of State, Frank LaRose, that limited ballot drop-off boxes to 1 location per county, a county's election office. LaRose had been interpreting an Ohio law that states the only 2 ways to return an absentee ballot are to mail it, with the post office that's been dismantled by Louis DeJoy, or personally deliver it to the director, as meaning that if a voter chooses to use a drop-off box, it must be at the county board of elections office, because that is still considered to be delivering the ballot directly to the director. Now, Judge Dan Polster, like no pun intended, jumps in and he's like, no, I know what you're doing. And you're claiming that you need to do this to avoid voter fraud, but you have failed to provide any instances of voter fraud. Let me read you portions of his decision where he writes, while it may be said that the 7,903 registered voters in Noble County may find a single drop box location sufficient, the record demonstrates that the 858,041 registered voters in Cuyahoga County will likely not. The secretary is continuing to restrict boards from implementing off-site collection, and he appears to be doing so in an arbitrary manner. The court has given the secretary every opportunity to address the problem, and he has been unwilling or unable to do so. Finally, Polster's ruling makes him the latest judge to say that claims of election fraud are unsubstantiated. It is even easier to reject the secretary's second justification. No evidence was introduced at the hearing to support the conclusory reference to fraud in the secretary's brief. Boom.
Listen, I don't understand what's complicated about someone who cheats on his wife, hangs out with criminals, uses American money to fund their personal businesses, misappropriates immigration laws to benefit his own personal life with his wife, but then uses it to target marginalized people, lies, had an affair on his wife. I don't have to diss Stormy and berate her as a human being to point out that Donald Trump cheated on his wife. So I don't understand what is so complicated to understand that this person whose moral compass is all over the place is gonna honor an election. So
exactly, he needs to cheat to win.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.